Hello everyone, I hope everyone is doing well. This is Lifestyle Gardener. Today I am going to make a ginger bud starter. And what a ginger bud starter is, it's a fermenter starter that you use to make natural soda. So if you're one of those person that like to drink pop and soda, but you know it's not really good for you, you can make a healthy soda with this starter. So once I make this starter, I can use it to make any flavored drink that I want. But in this video, I'm just going to show you how to make the starter, and then I make a follow-up video how to make natural fermented soda. So stay tuned as I show you how to do it. So after I wash my ginger with baking soda and water, I cut it up small and I put it in my stainless steel food processor. And I started to grind them up little by little in it. Then I put it in the white small bowl in front of the camera. This step will save you a lot of time, because a lot of people, when they make ginger bug, they will normally grind the ginger or grate the ginger little by little every day. But by processing it all in one day, you can store it in the refrigerator and it will save you a step, which I will tell you after I finish this step. If you find this subject interesting, please go ahead and like the video and share it with someone. You will need spring water, filtered water that you buy from the store. You need a glass bottle to store everything inside. This is about a quart size bottle. This is a 500 milliliter of water. So I believe this is about 2 cups of water. They don't recommend you using city water. And if you cannot get spring water, the bottled water from the store, you can boil the water for 10 minutes and leave it overnight before using it. But it's not recommended for you to do that. You're going to need white sugar. And you're going to need ginger. I ground up all of this ginger. You won't need all of this ginger. I'm going to use the rest of the ginger for another project. But you're going to need ginger. And you're going to need a lid, a plastic lid to close up the bottle afterwards. So I'm going to pour the water inside the glass bottle first. And you're going to need to put about 2 tablespoons of white sugar inside the bottle. I wanted to make this for so long, but when I was living in Ontario, I think I only made this like one time because just didn't have any time to do that. And you're gonna need 2 tablespoons of ginger, ground up ginger. So 2 tablespoons of white sugar and 2 tablespoons of grounded ginger. So for the next 3 days, you're going to put, first you stir everything together. And for the next 3 days, you're gonna have to put 2 tablespoons of white sugar and 2 tablespoons of ground ginger. So it's nice to pre-ground the ginger so that you don't have to be grinding it up every day. And every day you have to open up the lid. And then once you put everything inside, you have to stir it. Every day for 3 days in a row, you have to do this. So every day, 3 days in a row, you have to put 2 tablespoons of sugar, 2 tablespoons of ginger, ground ginger. I'm a little bit tired, so I keep repeating myself because of that. Forgive me of that. And then after 3 days of doing that, if the bud is not starting to bubble up, have bubbles inside, if it's not starting to form bubbles, you can do it again for another day or 2 until the bubbles start to form, until the gas start to form every day. But I believe in 3 days time you should start seeing it's starting to form gas and start to bubble. So after it's bubbled, it sounds so funny when I say that. Anyways, so after 3 days of doing that, if you're not ready to make homemade soda yet, you can keep it inside the fridge for at least 1 week. But every week you're gonna have to take it out of the fridge and feed it the sugar. 2 tablespoons of sugar and 2 tablespoons of ginger bud for every week. If you don't do that, your ferment will die. And don't worry about it tasting too sweet and stuff like that, because the natural yeast that's going to form in here will eat up the sugar. But this is going to just make your drink fizzy. I'm going to make a follow-up video of making natural fermented homemade soda using this starter once it's formed. And remember not to use any metal spoon to stir the starter. You have to use wooden spoon or a plastic spoon. So basically that's how you do it. Make sure you store this away from other ferments that you're making. If you're making any vinegar, any kombucha, any other kind of ferment, any wine or anything like that, you get my point. Keep it away from those products so that they won't change the form of the bacteria that is inside, by contaminating each other, it won't change into something else other than a ginger starter or whatever else you're making. So just keep it at a separate side. That's what I'm trying to say. So that's how you do that. Stay tuned. I'm going to make a follow-up video of how to make ginger beer or any other soda that you want to make. Hello everyone. It's actually 12 days later on. As I told you that natural ferment and anything that happens naturally has its own time clock. It will ferment when it's ready to ferment. Even though you're waiting on it to ferment, it will do its own thing. Because what happened, my ferment for the ginger bug fermenter, it didn't ferment it in 3 days. Neither did it ferment it in 5 or 7 days. But it actually started to have enough gas into it 12 days later, which is today. So I had to do that process, 2 tablespoons of sugar and 2 tablespoons of ginger every day until it got to this state. So you see the white mark all around? That's the gas, that's the bubble that is forming around. Because before it didn't have enough gas in there. See if I shake it, see what happens? It's ready now. So I had to wait till it's ready to do this. I actually fed it earlier on today. So instead of just making 2 separate videos, I'm gonna combine everything all in one. So that way you guys don't have to wait and see what happens. So what I did earlier, just 10 minutes ago, I put about 2 liters of water in my Instant Pot, and I'm just waiting for it to come to a boil. And then I save some of my ginger, my grounded ginger that I ground using the processor. I saved some of it. I'm going to use 3, maybe 4 tablespoons of the ginger inside the water, and I'm going to boil it for 10 minutes after it comes to a boil, and then turn off the stove. I don't want to put too much all at once because I don't like to drink too much spicy things. I don't like my food or my drinks to be too spicy, and I have not made this for a long time, so I don't know how many tablespoons would be perfect for me. So I'm gonna keep it safe and just use 3 tablespoons or 4 tablespoons. It depends on you how spicy you like your drinks to be. Sometimes you could just experiment little by little until it comes to the perfect amount. So after I do that, I'm gonna let the water go down to room temperature, and then I'll show you the next process afterwards. So stay tuned. I forgot to mention how much tablespoon of sugar I'm going to put inside the ginger water. I'm going to put about 4 tablespoons of sugar and see if it's sweet enough. And if it's not, I can always put more. But before I do that, I need to explain more about the fermenting, any kind of ferments that you do. It will turn out when it's ready to turn out, and the temperature of your house or your apartment is going to depend on how soon it ferments, and it also going to depend on the season and the weather. If it's in the summertime, wintertime, fall, or if you live in the tropics or you live in North America. So because I live in North America and it's wintertime, my apartment is more cooler than normal. So that's one of the reasons why it takes so long for my ginger bug to get to the state that I want it to get to. So that's just to let you know. So that's why you have to check on it every day when you do this. If you live somewhere tropical or somewhere warm, it's going to ferment quicker than if you're in North America or if it's in the winter time. So you just have to you just have to know when it's ready. Now, don't you hate it when you need something you can't find it? Well, I can't find my lemon juice squeezer, so I'm going to do it the old-fashioned way by roll it back and forth on the table to help soften it up and then release the juice. You're gonna need 2 lemons, but I just have 1 lemon, so I'm gonna use 1 lemon and about 3 tablespoons of lime juice from the bottle, or you can use about 3 limes if you want, or you can use 2 lemon. And then I'm gonna squeeze the juice and put it in here. But first I'm gonna put the lime juice. I actually end up putting about 16 tablespoons of sugar inside the ginger water. Just 1 minute. As I was trying to say, I actually put about 6 tablespoons of sugar in the ginger water because I tasted with the 4 tablespoons and it wasn't enough sugar for me. It wasn't sweet enough for me. And because I'm going to put the lime juice, and the lemon juice, I want to balance it out. Balance out the sugar. I don't want it to taste more like lemon juice. I want it to taste more like a ginger beer. So keep that in mind because this is lime juice and it's concentrated. I'm going to start off with 1 tablespoon for now because I don't want to put too much because it's concentrated juice. And then I'm going to squeeze all of the lemon juice inside the bowl. What is so great about making your own homemade soda or homemade juice, you can tailor it to how sweet you like your juice. I also know when you ferment things, the natural yeast that is in your ferment will eat some of the sugar also. So after certain amount of days, your drink is not going to be as sweet as it was at the beginning. I'm actually contemplating if 16 tablespoons of sugar is enough, but I'll know for next time. Next time I'll be able to know like how much to put. You learn by experiment or experience. Some of the seed, it fell in the bowl. I'm gonna remove it afterwards. And what is so great about this drink is it's so good for your good gut bacteria, and at the same time you're getting a little treat by having something bubbly. That's one of the main reason why people like pop, because they like the bubbled, the gas feeling on their tongue from the drink. I don't drink that much pop, and if I do drink pop, it'd be once in a blue moon, and maybe the only thing I might drink once in a while is ginger ale or root beer. Sometime I will have Sprite or 7-Up once in a while. That is if I'm traveling and they ask you what kind of drink you want. Those are the only things that I would say that I want, but I try to stay away from drinking pop and soda as much as possible. Unless I make it at home. If you make it at home, it's more healthy, because you're gonna get good probiotic by doing this. Well, that created a lot of juice actually. So I'm just waiting for my ginger soda to cool down. When it cools down, I can put the lemon juice and put the ginger bud. Sometimes I say ginger bug and sometimes I say ginger bud. It's funny. But it's actually called ginger bug actually. So forgive me if I say ginger bud sometime. I'm always mixing up words and stuff like that. It's a part of my personality sometimes. Oh, I got a lot of seed from that. It's like 10 seed from that. So you guys know I put about 4 tablespoons of ginger with 2 liters of water. And I put 16 tablespoons of sugar in here. Maybe the next time I make this, I might probably put maybe 20 tablespoons of sugar in here. But I'm going to see how it's going to turn out with just 16 tablespoons of sugar. The next time I make this also, I might put maybe 6 to 8 tablespoons of grated ginger inside and see if it's not too spicy if I put more of that. But because this is the first time I made this since a long time, I'm just gonna leave it like this for now. So next I'm going to strain some of the juice from the ginger bug. I'm going to stir it first. It looks like I have a lot of grated ginger in here. If I want, I can probably remove some and put it in my tea or in my water or something like that. After it reached to a point where it's too much, you can see how it's have a lot of white gas bubbles inside because I fed it earlier. So now I'm gonna strain it. Strain off some of the liquid. Oops, spill some. I think I'm gonna put like about a cup of the liquid inside. I don't need to put that much, but I'm gonna try with a cup. Try just to use plastic stuff. Plastic things or metal things. because the ginger water is in here, I'm gonna have to put it into another container because this is metal. So I'm gonna do that next. Just give me a second. So I'm gonna strain it again in here because some of the ginger got loose in the water, in the bowl, I mean. I'm gonna stir it up. So the next process is I'm going to put them in these bottles. This is a special bottle that is specially made for fermented drinks like kombucha, ginger beer or ginger soda, any kind of natural fermented soda. I have the lid especially made for to ferment stuff into. And this is a water bottle. And this is a whole bottle. I'm reusing the bottle for kombucha that I made. That I bought the other day. I always save the glass bottles to reuse it for other stuff. So the reason why you need a plastic bottle is because once you pour everything in these bottles, you're gonna want to know when your ferment is ready, when your natural soda is ready. And the way you're gonna be able to tell is you're gonna check on the bottles daily, and you're going to see how firm it is. If you can still do this, if you can still do this without it being too if you can still do this and it's soft like this, then your soda is not ready yet. But if you squeeze it and it's feel very firm, the plastic bottle, then you know your soda is ready. If you don't have a plastic bottle, you can open them little by little. Open them daily, and while you open it daily, you can tell by how much gas sound come off. But you cannot leave them unattended all week. You have to check on it every day for 2 to 3 days. It could be ready in 1 day time, or it could be ready 2 days time, or 3 days time, vice versa, even longer than that. But every day you have to open the bottle and release the gas. If you don't do that, it's going to burst open and it's gonna make a big mess everywhere. But the plastic bottle, it helps you to know when it's ready by if it's firm when you squeeze it, then you know it's ready. So I'm gonna sterilize these bottles in hot water with this soap, and then I'm going to pour the drink inside and show you how many bottles I got from all of that. And this one, I'm gonna put it in the fridge, and once a week I'm going to put a tablespoon of ginger, grounded ginger, or a teaspoon, or a tablespoon of sugar, or a teaspoon. It depends what I decide. It's really up to you. But you have to do that once a week while you keep it in the fridge, because if you don't, it's gonna die. I need to show you guys this process so that you guys have an idea of how I'm gonna pour it in the bottle. So I have these plastic scoop, and I have this funnel, and they're both plastic. So I'm just going to take the funnel. I'm going to take the scoop, the plastic scoop, and pour it in the funnel. That way it will be less messy doing that. So that's what you can use to help you to do that. So I found out that I needed more bottle. This bottle, I bought it from the dollar store. I'm gonna use this bottle. And this bottle, I got it from the liquor store. They sell some sort of cheap beer in there. And I saved the bottle. And I'm going to use this bottle. And if I need this bottle, I will use it also. So I wash them and I sterilize them. So I'm going to pour the rest of the ginger beer in the bottle. So I'm going to ferment them 1 to 3 days time or more. It depends how hard this plastic bottle is. I call this the tester bottle. It depends how hard it feel. If it feel firm to the touch and I cannot squeeze it because it's so hard, then I know that it's ready. The soda is ready. Until it's ready, I'm going to open each bottle daily to release the gas. You notice I didn't fill them up all the way. I left some space just in case when I open it up. This will reduce the chance of it spilling over. It reduces the chance. It doesn't mean that it will prevent it, but it means that it'll be less likely to do that. And if it do that, it won't spill over as much. So after the soda is ready, after the ginger beer is ready, you just store these in the fridge. And if you're not gonna drink them right away, I think you need to open them once a week if you're not gonna drink them right away. This just slow down the process of it being too carbonated when you keep it in the fridge. If you don't keep it in the fridge after it's ready, it's just gonna keep getting more carbonated and it's gonna be less sweet. Even less sweet the quicker if you leave it at room temperature. So they recommend you store it in the fridge and do that. So with the ginger bud starter, you can make any flavored drinks that you want with any fruits that you want by putting some of the ginger bud juice inside the juice that you're gonna make, and just do the same process as you see that I'm doing here. So good luck to you, and I hope you like it. This is very good for your gut bacteria. It's not just a good treat, it's also very good for you. Bye. I'll talk to you another day.